All right. We are recording for grievance number 7. For grievance number 6? No, we're on 7. 6. Grievance number 6. Grievance number 6. We've got so many grievances. For the state of California, for New California. And this is Daniel Sanchez and Eric Campbell. We are at the County of Tulare Courthouse building. Gentlemen, before we get started though, hi, welcome, welcome. Before we get started, from my YouTube channel, what's the driving force that brought you to this point? That we need to make a stand and make a statement. What is your driving force? Eric?
I don't like California the way it is and the way it's being ran.
Why specifically?
Well, I believe that we're being overtaxed and that the leadership does not reflect my values or the way that I think the state should be ran.
Okay. And Daniel, as a business owner, what does this mean to you?
Taxes are outrageous for business owners, but basically I agree with Eric. Things need to be changed, definitely, for the sake of California, because it's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down. I lived here all my life, and it's going down.
Now, here's a question, and you're going to see this in the paperwork. We talk about oaths, and we talk about things that, we said we're going to sworn to protect. You're both military veterans. You're both Marines. What does that mean to you when you say you're going to take an oath, and you expect another public servant to take an oath?
Well, when we took the oath, it didn't have an expiration date. It didn't say, well, if you feel like fulfilling your oath today, it's okay, but not tomorrow, or not yesterday. When you take an oath, it's for the rest of your life, unless there's an expiration date. And as far as I know, law enforcement, military, public servants, until they expire, meaning they pass away, their oaths don't expire.
And you?
Exactly, just as Eric said. I mean, there's really nothing I can add to that. It's just, there is no expiration date on our oath.
All right. All right, gentlemen. Is it 11 o'clock?
Yes, it is.
All right. Whoever has the first half of the declaration, please start.
It's me. State of New California, grievance number 6. Oh, you? I'm sorry.
That's all right.
State of New California. Notice to all Californians, Grievance 6. Declaration of Grievance. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Sections 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. Article 4, Section 3, United States Constitution states, new states may be admitted by the Congress into this union, but no new states shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state, nor any state be formed by the junction of two or more states or parts of states without the consent of the legislatures of the states concerned as well as of the Congress. New California Declaration of Independence of January 15, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. So it is the history of the past and present governor and government of California has a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of a tyranny over the counties of New California and the state of California. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to seek a constitutional remedy to the abuse of powers. Statement of intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state provided in the United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 3 and Section 4. We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. Therefore, the counties of New California bring forward 40 grievances against the government of California to be announced in public on Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. each week for 40 weeks.
Declaration of Grievance. United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4 states, the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government and shall protect each of them against evasion and on application of the legislature or an executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. Failure of the government of California to protect citizens against evasion and violence. Second Amendment of the United States Constitution states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms should not be infringed. The California government, current governor, and the model party system of elected officials had created a tyranny for the citizens of the California by systematically infringing upon their constitutional rights to keep and bear arms as provided in the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution by passing unconstitutional legislation, writing and enforcing regulations. California citizens have a constitutional and natural right to keep, carry, and bear arms, yet the California government, current governor, and monoparty system have infringed upon the citizens of California by restraining and destroying their ability to protect their lives, family, property, and blessings of liberty. As a result, American citizens have been brutally attacked, maimed, and murdered by illegal foreign nationals, thugs, and international gangs in every area of the state. For over 150 years, California educators have enjoyed the blessings of the Second Amendment by being able to conceal, carry their weapons on school campuses. Armed educators have been a major deterrent against mass shootings in California schools. Yet, the California government, current governor, and monoparty system have illegally and unconstitutionally utilized the legislative and regulatory agencies of government to disarm teachers and infringe upon their Second Amendment rights to conceal, carry, thus removing the right of teachers and educators to defend themselves and their students. The California government, current governor, and monoparty legislature are openly encouraging the mass murder of California school children by carrying even softer targets of opportunity for terrorists within their deliberate actions to disarm citizens of California. The California government and the current governor have fostered, supported, legislated, enacted, and enforced unconstitutional laws and regulations in direct violation of the United States Constitution. By their deliberate actions year after year, the California government, current governor, along with the monoparty legislature, desire to systematically disarm educators. It is evident a deliberate design exists which has as an end result to destroy the supremacy of the United States Constitution over that of the state of California. The collective result of California government, current governor, and monoparty system attack on California citizens' Second Amendment right is further evidence of the abduction of the constitutional authority vested in the state of California by its own actions. Therefore, the California government, in conjunction with the state executive, instituted whatever their usurped power extends, a reign of terror of the citizens of California and the United States of America. By their own actions, the California government and the current governor have abducted their responsibilities and their authority over the people of California. This concludes today's proceedings.
Wow. Okay, so in light of all of this, obviously there was a shooting in Florida, and whether or not it was a false flag or just a crazy kid, nonetheless, there was a teacher who was an NRA member and a gun-toting veteran, and he was one that was gunned down. So because he was not allowed to carry his weapon, he could have, since the sheriffs didn't bother to come in, he could have stopped the shooter or shooters, depending on, or at least slowed them down, if nothing else. That being said, we got 2 days in a row now for Tulare Western High School.
That's correct.
A double threat yesterday.
Over the weekend as well.
Where they had to lock down the school. And then this morning, another lockdown the school. Another verbal threat was made on campus. Our teachers and our kids are at risk for whatever the reason, whether it's mental health issues that the kids have to deal with because there's so much pressure put on them, especially in California schools, and all the immunizations and all the drugs that they have to take, and because they have to sit still, or God forbid anything else. So the pressure on that, and then you also have the threat of terrorism, you know, with the latest policies with letting all those unvetted immigrants in, or refugees, and they're unvetted. Where are they coming from? Somalia, other war-torn countries where their values aren't the same values. So our kids are at risk there too. So now that you've read the grievance, as Marines, what does that mean to you?
Well, first off, I think we should emulate what Israel has done and arm every teacher with either a handgun or a rifle. Israel arms their teachers with AK-47s.
But there's a reason for that.
Yes.
Everybody in Israel, from 18 to 20, they spend 2 years in the Israeli Defense Force. Everybody does.
And everybody's trying to kill them.
Yes.
Well,
so they're trained to
right
handle
now,
the weaponry.
Everybody's trying to kill our kids. Mass gun shootings, you know, threats, bomb threats, gun threats. So what would be the difference? You have weapons trained individuals in the school system. Let them carry. Give them their weapons. And I guarantee you, all these gun shootings and mass shootings and bomb threats won't exist, or will cut down by at least 90%.
What do you think?
Yeah,
As a Californian, born and raised.
I think what Eric is pointing out is a very good point. You should give the teachers the opportunity to defend themselves and defend the students. If it was me, yeah, I would have been carrying a gun to defend those students, because those students are more than just students. They're entrusted by their parents upon that teacher to take care of them. So basically, you are their caretaker. You are part of their family. I would have done anything and everything possible to take care of those kids, whether from kindergarten to high school. The thing is, everybody's so against teachers carrying them. There's a lot of teachers out there that know how to handle guns. They can actually protect them. And then there's also, like Eric said, a big deterrent against anybody else thinking, you know, just walk into the school because it's a gun-free zone.
Right.
No, it's got to stop. You know, you got to give the opportunity to the teachers to do so. But until this government changes, it's not going to happen.
So it boils down to that: is it a gun problem or is it a people problem?
It's people, because a gun by itself won't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Gun can't pull the trigger by itself. It can't. You got to have a person behind that trigger, and it's usually somebody who, for some reason,
Flips.
yeah,
Whatever reason.
Yeah.
whatever reason.
And if they're hell-bent or intent on wreaking havoc, they'll use what they will. A car, a hammer, an axe, a potato gun. But you know, they'll 3D printer. A 3D printer can make a gun that'll get 3 shots in before it falls apart. And those are plastic. Those get through security
A
booth.
knife.
Yeah.
Recap.
So yeah, to me it's a people problem, not a gun problem. And when good people have their guns, it's less of a problem.
Yep.
All right, this concludes our reading of the grievance number 6 and discussion. Thank you.